Okay, so this is going to be kind of a quick tutorial on file management, how to manage the files on your computer or on your flash drive. As you can see on my desktop, I like to have categories of folders for items. I don't like my desktop full of different stuff. It is an analogy like your regular desk at your workplace. Do you want it all just piled up, or do you want maybe some stacks? I like to also tell people, especially students, their flash drive should be set up for each semester, and you should see a folder for each class you have instead of having everything loose. So depending on how many classes you have, you should see a folder for each class, and then work down through the layers here. So here's my fall class. I have a loose file here for the schedule. This is for Notepad+. That stuff I use for all classes. That's why it's kind of loose. But I am a global scholar with Gateway going to Belize, so I have a folder here for Belize. I have a folder for the Common Expo that I just attended. So I can go through files here, maybe delete this. I have a class on Java, microcomputer, Visual Basic Programming, RPG, and System Design. Within each class, I also have another set of folders. I'm going to have one for just homework. All my homework goes in there. Once I go in there, I'm going to have folders for different chapters. So one thing I like about that is just going through a couple of series of folders instead of having 200 loose files trying to find a homework to upload. So here we go. I can see here's chapter 1. To create a new folder, there's different ways of doing it. If your computer set up for this kind of interface, you'll have a new folder button. When you first click on it, you'll see that new folder is all in blue. So if I just start typing, it's going to delete that. That text is selected already. So I can just do chapter 2. Hit enter. Now I have a folder for that. Another way to get a folder is anywhere in the white space, do a right click, go down to new and wait, slide over and up to folder, and if I hit enter, the name of that folder becomes new folder. Not very helpful. We can see that I'm in System Design, I'm in my homework, so up here it's showing you kind of the path of where I'm at. So it's helping you. If I expand, you can see more. You see that I'm under my login. I'm in my Google Drive. So this is stuff that I sync to the cloud, so I have access to it on any computer with internet. I'm in my Fall 2013 semester folder. Inside of that, I'm in my System Design class. Inside of that, I'm in homework, and this is what I have. Now, I don't want this to be called new folder. That's not a good descriptive term. So I'm going to put my mouse over it, right click, and slide down to rename. Now, depending on what you have installed on your computer, this one that opens up will have, probably not more items. Probably is going to show less items. But always down towards the bottom is going to be the rename. If I click on rename, you can see now that new folder is highlighted in blue. That means the text is selected. All I have to do is start typing, and it will replace that text. So you see I'm following a pattern here, and inside of these folders I'm going to just keep putting my homework for that particular chapter. When I have to send it to the teacher or upload it, I know right where I've got to go. It's kind of an easy path. My Google Drive, Fall 2013, System Design, and Homework. You see I have other items, class documents, so here I'm putting anything that's relative to the class. I've got some PowerPoints. Pretty soon I might start doing chapters if I have a lot of documents. There's the class outline and the syllabus for the class. I also have data files. These are files that are available from the publisher for the particular book that we're using. You can see these folders here have that little gray thing that's called a zip. A zipper. It's a compressed zip folder, which you can see here. Depending on your computer, you can directly access this or not. My computer with the software I have, I can. If you have a zip folder, what you need to do is right click, extract all, and it's going to default to extracting it to the exact same folder it's in. If you need a different place, you can click browse, say I just want it on my desktop, and click OK. And it's going to extract it to the desktop. So now we can see we're in the desktop, and it extracted all of these files. So if I close all of this, my desktop now is all messy. So if I hold down the control key and just slide over and tap everything I want to move, they're all selected. I already have these in a folder, so I can now just left click, hold down the left click, and drag it over to the recycle bin. You can see now it says move to recycle bin. If I let go, it goes to the recycle bin. So we can see here, this is in my gateway folder. I have different folders in here. Connect is the student newspaper that I work with. This contact list is for the people that work at Connect. So it doesn't belong loose, it belongs in Connect. So if I just left click, hold it down, and drag it up until I see it says move to IBM. Well, it's not IBM, it's Connect. Move to Connect. Belize screenshot and a Belize PowerPoint. If I hold down control, I can select both. And these are going to go into international. RDP keys. These are keys for activating software for the IBM mid-range computer. So that should go in the IBM folder. This lockdown browser is for taking special tests that locks down your computer so you can't cheat and open up other windows and do Google searches and stuff. So that could be in gateway. Loose is okay with that. I don't mind a few things loose. Or I could put that in my tools folder, which is another folder I have set up to show you some different things. I have different folders here for things that I use, and I have a lot of loose stuff. And I don't like a lot of loose stuff, so I can make a new folder and put one that's driver scanner, and inside of that is going to be my driver booster. That's something that is just for scanning the drivers on my computer, which I have tutorials for as well. I also want one for data recovery. I have some programs on here that is good for you ever get your flash drives and it says, you know, need to reformat. This is some program that can get those files before you reformat or even after you reformat. You don't want to reformat and lose your data. Okay, I'm going to do another folder for Java. I'm doing Java programming, so I need this JDK. That is a Java program. Eclipse is also for Java. So as you can see, you can just drag and drop and move stuff to different windows. One thing I really like about Windows 7, if you have stuff that goes in other places, you can make the window smaller, throw it off to the side, open up another window, throw it off to the other side, and now they're side by side. Like this lockdown browser could be considered a tool as well. So I can just click and drag it from there over to there, and I just now moved it from one folder to the next. I will work on organizing these other ones. A few of them I do want loose. But again, ideally you want to have layers of stuff to go through, like IOBit. That is a company, a software company, and I have a few things from there. So I have all of these programs here, and then I also have a download where I have the executables. In case something happens, I like having the files to be able to install it again. So you're better off with layers, thinking of it like a file cabinet in an office. There's going to be different drawers for different things. Inside of the drawer, there's hanging files for different topics, and inside of those hanging files could be folders, and inside of those folders sometimes there's stuff stapled together. You want layers to go through so you're not digging through a lot of loose files. Makes it easier to find stuff. So that's my 2 cents worth on file management, how to try and keep your computer clean and organized. There's a lot of different ways of doing it, but that's the way I prefer to do it.